everyone. Tuesday, 12 o'clock, Buns and Guns. We'll get ready to go in about a minute. I'm going to incorporate just a little bit of kickboxing moves into our warm-up just for something different. So warm-up will be done with no weights. So take it easy when we start to do a couple of those punches and kicks. We're going to use the moves to warm us up. We don't have to get our heart rate up super high. I just want you to make sure that you're warm before you add any intensity. So again, just adding a little bit of kickboxing stuff in the beginning. Not a whole lot. We'll still get our typical Buns and Guns weights and tons of squats in. So don't worry. Don't worry, I'm not taking out the squats. Okay, so I'm ready to go. Hopefully you are too. Let's get to it. So find your position, just start to walk those legs, taking a deep breath in. Nice big stretch if you haven't done this all day. Enjoy the feeling of getting those arms reaching away from shoulders and stretching all the way through the torso. One more, and shake it out. Let's take that walk with a little bit more intensity. Maybe take it wide. And let's tap the toes side to side. And add a little squat in the middle and roll the shoulders back. Get the elbows up, make it a bigger roll through the arms. And if you've got room, you're doing a full arm rotation all the way back. Take it back to elbows, back to shoulders, and bring those legs in. March it out again, deep breath. Shake it out, take it wide, tap again, side to side. This time I want your shoulders to come forward. This one feels awkward for me. Bring those elbows up and bring them forward. Really weird. And like you're swimming. Good. Getting a nice rotation. First to the back and now forward. Go back to those elbows again. Almost like you're trying to give somebody an elbow jab. And then just shoulders roll. There we go. Shake that out. Deep breath in. And shake it out. Let's do some high knees. Up, up, up. Core tight. Back stays straight. So we're not leaning into the knee. Keep those shoulders back. Pressing it down. Bring your elbow over. Alternate knee. Good. Lift. And now let's turn our foot slightly. So we engage the inner thigh. Hand reaches to foot. But we make sure the foot does half the work and it comes up to the hand. Good. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring it down. Let's do a couple of jump squats. If you don't like these, you can go to jacks or you can go to side jacks. So lots of options. Out, in, out, in, out, in. Good. Out. Couple more. 4, 3, 2. Last one. March it out. Take it wide. We're going to go down into squats, wide squats. Down and up, down and up. Without the arms, let's focus on what we're doing with the legs. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs, knees and toes same direction. Arms are going to reach out to a jab, 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 out. Out. Now I want to go a little faster. Out, 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 jab. Bring that arm back in. Our jab goes out really quick. Returns back quick. Out, out. Taking that jab into your corners and look at the toes. They start to lift. As we turn, we bring the hips with us. Jab out, jab out, 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 out. Good rotation through the body. Up on the back toe. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good. Back into center position with those squats. So notice as we go quicker, it's more of a lunge side to side, and we're losing the squats. That's okay. Get those legs again. This time, we're coming up with an uppercut. Uppercut. Come from your hip, come forward, and up, and up, and up. A little faster. Up, and up, and up. Uppercut. Slightly in front of you. Don't go all the way up to the ceiling. Energy goes into stopping just under your chin. Good, good. We're going to start again. Sorry, a little bit of a move side to side. And then right into facing side, lifting up back foot, moving the hip with you. Watch that front knee. We don't want to have any torque on there. So you actually step with that front foot. Take a step. Uppercut, uppercut. 4, 3, 2. Good. Shake it out. Back to center. Down and up. Down and up. And we're going to hold down for a pulse. Pulse up, pulse up, pulse up. Add the arms. Uppercut. Good, good, good. Faster, 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 faster. Keep going. Squeeze the legs. Not just the arms. Hold the core. Good stuff. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Excellent. Good. Are you warmed up? You can already hear me. I'm out of breath. Deep breath in. Good. We're going to keep doing some squats with kicks. So we go down into a squat, come up into a kick, down into a squat, up to a kick, down, lift. So if you feel like you're not warmed up again with those legs, keep your kicks lower. Gradually, it's in your practice. If you've got it in your toolkit, if you feel comfortable going a little higher with your kick, up. You're leading with the ball of your foot, forward, squat back, forward, squat back, kick, back, side view, kick, squat back, kick. You can also add alternating arm with a punch. Down, out, out. 4, 3, feel in the legs. 2, last one. Good stuff. Back view. We're going to do some kicks to the back. So it's a kick back and a squat. Kick back and a squat. This time you're leading with your heel. Heel. And if you want to, you can do a little bit of tricep work. We still don't have weights in our hands. Squat down, push back with your kick, push back with your kick, push. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Perfect. I'm warmed up. Go into weights. We're going to go to our over row. Squat, push, squat, stand. So knowing our over row, feet are under our hips, slight bend in our knees. We lean forward, flat back. Extend, row, extend, and stand. Extend, row, extend, stand. When you stand, squeeze the glutes and your thighs, but don't straighten those legs. Pull up. Nice and strong. Straight back. Good. Can you squeeze those legs harder? Squeeze. Good. One more. Okay. Bring it up. Walk it out, then place those feet in the same position. Under your hips. Start that squat. Send the hips back. Keep the chest open. At your lowest point, your toes always, they try to lift up instead of pressing in. So if they don't lift up, that's okay. You're trying to. What we want to make sure is that you're not diving forward on those toes. So sink in your heels. Ready to add arms. Shoulder, press, shoulder, stand, shoulder, press. Enjoy the big squeeze when you press up. Press and stand. Soft knees the whole time. This is our last set. Good. Couple of sets combining those two. So, over row, deadlift, squat, push, squat, stand. Here we go. Over, row, deadlift up, squat, push, squat, stand, over row, nice flat back, deadlift up, squat, push, squat, stand, over row. Making sure we don't lock those knees, squat, push, squat, stand. Let's do one more over row. Nice flat back, pull back the elbows, deadlift, squat, push, squat, stand. Great job. Okay, I'm going to a little lighter weights because I'm going to be lifting out to the side a bit. So it's too heavy with the 7s that I had in my hand. Now I'm going to start to do squat to the side, squeeze back in. Squat to the side, squeeze back in. Good. Squeeze in. My elbow is bent 90 degrees. I press out. I press back in. I resist both ways. Good. Elbow and hand no higher than your shoulder. Squeeze in. Take your time. Exaggerate the squeeze. Legs and arms. 4 more. Out. 3. 2. Good. Great. Bring it in. Little walk out. When you're ready, second side. Start with just the squat. Squeeze the legs back in. When you're ready, bend the elbow. Press up and down. Up and down. Now, if you are a little stronger in the arms, and you've got more than what I'm carrying, 5 pounds, you're going to appreciate the slower speed. Make it as slow as you need. When we get too quick, we invite potential for injury, so slow and controlled. Good, 4 more. Out, squeeze in. Legs as well, squeeze in. Arms, 1 more. Perfect, good stuff. Starting to just tap the toe back behind us. Now, make it more than just a tap. Squeeze, squeeze. Buns, squeeze. Good. Arms, palms facing up. Good. Same side. Extend the arm low, belly button height. You're leaning slightly forward. When the arm is extended, leg is extended, we're trying to have a straight line through the head, hips, and heel. Good. Make it harder if you want. Start to add a little squat and a little squeeze up. So no longer touching. Option, squeeze, squeeze. Shoulders stay level. I'm going to show you what we don't want, which is the up and down of the shoulders. We try to hold them level. Make the legs do the work. Core tight. Good. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good stuff. Okay. Wide stance, move back a little bit. So into a lunge, one side, feel that stretch. Come back up, step together. Lunge, step together. Lunge, step together. I'm going to try and go a little heavier. When my weights are close, if they get too heavy, lunge, step together, lunge. What do we do on the step together with the legs? Really squeeze the inner thighs. Squeeze them tight. More options for the arm. We can bring it up, down to the foot, up to the ceiling. Down to the foot, up to the ceiling. More options with the legs. You might know this one already. Core tight, lift the knee. We're going a lot slower than we usually do. This is good. More work for the core. Fantastic. 2 more. This is 1. This is 2. Okay. Grabbing a drink anytime you need one. I think I'm going to stop for one after the next set. So we're stepping wide, squeeze in. Your first step wide, do you feel it on your inner thighs? Making sure your knee and toe are aligned on that stepping out leg. Then add the arm. Down, pull back to your shoulder. You're leaning forward as you go towards the floor. Keep the core tight. Increase the arm if you want. Down to the foot, press up to the ceiling. If you still want more, lift the knee. Notice when we go slower, the balance work is harder. It's challenging us more. We have to stay balanced, usually on one point of contact for a longer time. Good. Can we do 4 more? 4, lift. 3, lift. 2, push. Oh, we did it. All right. Going into a nice long stride. First thing I check is my toes, making sure they're both pointing in the same direction. Pay most attention to the back leg, because sometimes it likes to go on an angle. So feet are both pointing, whatever's straight ahead for you. Bend into that front knee. Start to bring the hand down. Elbow back. Elbow back. Now, I know that I just worked this side with my arm. If you need to take a break, switch to the other leg. I'm okay to keep going, but you might want to switch sides. So we're trying to bend the elbow. Last part of the move is the whole back of the upper arm pushing up to the ceiling. Knee dip down. Feel the stretch. Back thigh. You can load up weights if you want. Always an option. Pull. Pull. Keep that arm rubbing close to your upper body. Squeeze it in. 2 more. That's 1. And that's 2. Step in. Ready to switch. Second side. So I'm going to do what I did on the first side. I started with 1 weight and then I added the second. So your choice. So hand down to your foot, elbow up to the ceiling. Watch that front knee doesn't drive over your front toe. Core tight. Push up with the elbow and the back of the upper arm. Load weights if you want. Down and up and up. Good. Can we do 4 more? 4, 3, 2, last 1. Good. My weights are going down and my water's coming up. Good work. We got about 12 minutes left. Okay. We need to do some bicep curls. So this time, I want to step into a backwards lunge. So I'm just going to go on an angle here. Step back. Bring it in. I'm alternating sides. Step back. Step back. Again, got enough time to really make good use of the leg muscles. Of course, if you don't want those lunges anymore, you're just going to tap. Hammer curls with the arms. Up, press back. Up, press back. Up, press back. Squeeze in your arms, close to your upper body. Good. Good. Squeeze. Press. Yep. Good work. It is warm. I don't have the fan on. A little too noisy. 2 more. One more. I would if it was like 40 degrees outside still, but probably don't need it. Going to our wide squats. Sliding back, down and up. We're going to lift our arms, alternating to the front, up. So your arm is extended but not perfectly straight. A slow rise till it comes to shoulder level, then bring it back down. So energy goes into controlling a weight that's going far away from your center. Energy also goes into the legs, inner thighs, glutes. Squeeze up, squeeze up. Yes. 4, 3, 2. Good, bring it up. Stand with those feet together. We gotta lean forward, slight bend in the knees, chest stays open. And now let's bring up the elbows and really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze them in towards the center of your spine. And then we kick back with triceps. Push back. Again, nice and slow. You can load up, or you can keep it light, but adjust your pace according to how much you have in your hands. I couldn't go much heavier at all than what I've got, maybe a 7, but I'm hanging on to 5s. But I'm not going to go faster. Good. Squeeze again, closer. Shoulder blades, squeeze. 4, 3, 2, last one. Great. Another drink. Going into some more balance work. Weight in each hand. Stable base. Both feet are going to stay on the ground. Slight bend in your elbows. And then just give those hips just a little bit of a squeeze and press forward. So you're squeezing the glutes, pressing forward the hips. We're going to lean down 2 on one side. Bring it back up to center. Lean down 2 on the other side. Bring it back to center. Feel the muscles, side of the waist. Out, out, back up, slow, down. So the out comes with the hand if you choose to take it wider and away from the center line. Out, out, back in and stand. Out, out. As you're leaning, make sure you don't lift up the opposing heel. We want both feet glued to the ground. One more side. Here we go. Good. All right. Let's have those weights down on the ground. And let's start to lift the knee up and down. I'm standing on one foot. If you can, try not to touch the ground. If you do, that's okay. If you touch every time, that's okay. If you touch every time, then your goal is to try not to touch 2 in a row. And if you're not touching at all, then we're going to start to add some more challenges. Always add more challenges, as long as they're safe. So we're going to do a bicycle. So because we have limbs moving, and lots of them, it's more of a challenge for balance. Making sure you don't lock out that standing leg. Good. Up, one more. Perfect. Bring it down. Stable base, second side. Start to lift up the knee. Same thing goes here. If you're touching, that's okay. Maybe try not to touch 2 in a row. If you're not touching at all, let's add more challenge, but this time, our bicycle. Ooh, see that? It is more challenging for me. It's going to go backwards. Touch if you need to. Backwards bicycle. Good. Still trying to have the knee come up. We still want the core work. So challenge yourself that way. Is my knee still lifting? Good. And 2 more. And 1 more. Notice the hip on the standing leg gets a lot of work there. We're so focused on this moving leg, when we finish, we go, ah, it helped out a lot, didn't it? Okay, so now back to standing on your first side, and the knee is lifting with a bit of rotation through the upper body. So I just bring my elbows stable, and I try to maybe look. But as you move your eyes, notice your balance is going to go off a little bit. So maybe don't look. Maybe still keep looking forward and just turn your upper body. So I turn, and if I want, I can add more. So when the leg goes back down, I extend it out. And I contract through the outer leg, the abductor muscles. Give me one more. Shake it out. Whew, I'm feeling it. Start to lift. So stable base, second side, soft knee. Add rotation when and if you're ready. So I have decided I'm not moving my gaze. It's staying forward while my upper body rotates. I'm going to add a bit more, extending the leg out at the bottom. Go slower if you need it to make that entire move. Nobody's counting. Nobody's watching. Except you're all watching me. That's okay. Thank you. 4, 3, 2. It's our last one. Yeah. Whoa, those hips. If you want to, you can go into a bit of a stretch. Maybe stretch it out with a squat. Shake it out. Standing on one side again and going into a hamstring curl. Curl it up. Keeping those thighs squeezed in so my knee isn't coming out to the side. It's staying squeezed in close, knee pointing down. Working the back of the leg, glutes and hamstrings. Like we haven't worked this yet this class, I know. One more, hold it up, press the heel away, maybe add the hands, press them away, press, going slower if you want to, and leaning. One more. Good, we're going to squeeze in this last move. Switch to the other side. Start your curl. So I check my thighs. I want them squeezed in close, but I want this leg that's curling just a little bit behind to the back. Squeeze, lead with the heel. Squeeze the glutes. Hamstring. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Start your press. Maybe it's just your legs. Maybe you add the arms. Your lean is an option. Slow it down. If you lose your balance and you start to wobble and you lose the standing leg, to help you, make sure you go back to a slightly bent knee once you are stable again. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Deep breath in. You did it, guys. Let's just stretch out. Hands up above, reach up, palms are facing you as you bring your hands forward. You can see your thumbs pointing up, palms are in front of your face. Reach out, and you're feeling a stretch through your upper back. Bring it down, shake it out, deep breath. Flip your palms this time as you slowly bring them down. Your thumbs point down, you're looking at the back of your hands. Lead with the heel of each palm. And feel a stretch down your arms. Good. We're not locking the elbows though. Good. Bring it down. Bring one arm back behind you. Try and keep bicep by your ear. Maybe you're doing that walk down. Tricep stretch. Back of the upper arm. Out. Switch. Maybe I should have turned the fan on. Too late now. Good. And bring it down. Stretching those legs, so we're going into a nice long stride. Check your toes. straight ahead wherever that is for you. Now press the heel of the back leg, bend the front knee, so you're going into more of a lunge, making sure we got a micro bend in the back knee, calf stretch. Bring that up slightly, roll onto the ball of your foot, pivot through your hips, press forward. If my right arm is back, my right leg is back, my right arm goes across my body, I hug in, keeping my shoulder down, and I stretch across. You can even lean your head in the direction of those hands, stretch the neck. Good. Bring that back foot in halfway. Okay, and we're sitting back into that back leg, into a slight press back with the hips. We're going to pivot up onto the heel of the front foot, toes of the front foot pointing up towards our nose. Stretch glute, hamstring, calf. Bring it down, roll up slowly. Same thing on the other side. So we start with that lunge. You can start with the heel off the ground on the back foot and then gradually get there, press through without stretching and straightening the back knee. The front knee is bent. Calf stretch, back leg. Come out of that, roll onto the ball of your foot. Press your hips forward, get a hip flexor stretch. Bring the left arm across your body, making sure we don't let that left elbow go perfectly straight, and left shoulder stays away from your ear. You can even lean your head away from your left shoulder. Little neck stretch. Come on back to center. Step in halfway with that back foot. Our front foot, we're going to pivot onto our heel, lift up the toes. Core tight, chest open, push back the hips. Really feel the stretch. Glute, hamstring, calf. I love this stretch. Toe down, roll up slow. One final one for the quads. Lean against something if you want help with balance. Pressing hips forward. You can try to press the foot away from your hand behind you and get a stretch down the quads, front of the thigh. Switch to the other side. I know that when we finally get back together, I'm going to enjoy our 45-minute classes. So I always seem to go over. Bring it down. Shake it out. Deep breath. Let it go. One more. And let it go. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. And hope you enjoyed the class. Take care.